Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Gracefully Growing podcast, where we talk about how to survive and thrive through all the ups and downs and sideways loops of life, especially teen life. Today, we are tackling something that every student, no matter how organized or brilliant you are, has faced at least once, and that is feeling completely overwhelmed by your schoolwork. You know that feeling like your brain has 27 tabs open on a slow computer? Your to-do list is longer than a CVS receipt or Kroger receipt, and you're just sitting down and thinking to yourself, maybe if I take a nap, it will all magically disappear. Spoiler alert, it won't. But don't worry, I got you covered. Welcome to the Gracefully Growing podcast, where we provide you with real talk, real growth, and real tools to help you thrive in school and in life. I am Dr. Kemi, educator, author, speaker, and gratitude advocate, as well as mom to the most awesome 13-year-old sunshine. I'm excited that you keep tuning in each week to continue on this journey with me as we explore the 5 key principles that will guide you to a fulfilling life. These 5 key principles are gratitude, reflection, affirmations, connections, as well as empathy. If this is your first time here, I will say this. Each week, we break down how you live with intention and thrive in this wild journey called life using our GRACE framework. And before I go on, please help me get to 1,000 subscribers by making sure that you subscribe today and you share, comment on my videos. I respond to every single comment that is posted on my videos. I love to connect, and I love interacting with my subscribers. Today, we're going to break down what to do when the workload feels like it's about to crush you. And of course, we're going to work through that using the GRACE framework. The GRACE framework consists of gratitude, reflection, affirmation, connection, as well as empathy. And by the end, you have practical tools that you can use right now, right this minute, to get unstuck and actually feel in control again. So I want you to go ahead and go grab your notebook, grab a journal. If you do not have a journal, open the notes app on your phone so you can take some notes. If you're looking for a great journal to help you on this journey, I have written the Affirmation Gratitude Journal that is available on Amazon, and I'm going to post the link in the show notes below for you. All right, let's talk about it. Let's be honest. School can feel like a full-time job, plus overtime, plus unpaid emotional labor between homework, the projects, sports, clubs. Maybe some of you even have a part-time job. You are not just students, you are jugglers in a 3-ring circus. And sometimes all of those balls in the air can come crashing down at one time. Real talk. I remember one week in college, and college for me was a long time ago, when I had multiple exams. I had I think I had like a 12-page paper due and a group project. All of them were due in one week. And I promise you, the overwhelm was real. And my procrastination hit me dead in the middle of that. So I spent more time doing my house chores. See, all of a sudden, it was nice for me to do house chores, right? Because I was overwhelmed. And that's the thing about overwhelm. Overwhelm sometimes keeps you stuck. And then you don't know where to start and you don't know what to do. And you're just sitting down there like, okay, should I give up or should I just fail? Right? But here's the good news. Overwhelm doesn't mean failure. It just means your brain is saying, hey, I need a system. And here's where the GRACE framework comes in to support you. We're going to start with gratitude, as we always do. And I know you're thinking, lady, gratitude, really? When I'm buried under all of these assignments? No thanks. But I want you to stick with me. I want you to hear me out on this one. Remember what I always tell you. Gratitude shifts your brain from panic mode into possibility mode. So instead of saying, I'll never get all of these things done, I want you to try this. I want you to try saying, I am grateful I even have the opportunity to learn this. Because here's the thing, some people don't. Or you can say, I'm grateful for my teacher giving us an extension when needed. Or even simpler, I'm grateful for Wi-Fi. I'm grateful for the ability to use the internet. I'm grateful for the advent of artificial intelligence that can help me and make things simpler for me, right? Because imagine writing a 10-page paper without Google or without Wi-Fi or without AI. I had to do it. It was not easy. So understand me when I say, be grateful that you have these tools. Here's a quick tip for you. Start with 3 things that you're grateful for. Like, it could be your favorite snack, it could be your playlist, or even that one teacher who makes learning fun for you. Now, gratitude does not erase the work, but it makes it feel less like punishment and more like an opportunity. So it's that mindset shift thing that I'm always talking about. Next up, let's talk about reflection. So I want you to ask yourself this. Why do I feel overwhelmed? Is it the amount of work or is it how I am approaching the work? Because here's the thing. Sometimes the problem is not the workload. It's how we are managing our time. And you're going to go, Dr. Kemi, I know you're going to talk about scrolling on TikTok again. Yes, I am. I am definitely going to talk about you scrolling mindlessly on TikTok for an hour before you're even opening your textbook. Are you trying to do everything at once instead of breaking it down? Do you have a list? Do you have a system? What is your system? One thing I try to do when I have a lot of work to do as I'm managing all the things that I have to do now is this. Make a list. Make a list. And you will be amazed how accomplished you feel as you check things off or cross things off your list. Till today, I am 52 years old. I still use a list. So start by making a list. This is one habit I want you to start incorporating into your day. Making lists. Are you trying to do everything at one time instead of breaking it down? Reflection helps you to spot these habits that make things harder for you. I once had a student who would stare at her math homework for hours, stressed out, wouldn't do a single problem. But when we reflected, she realized that the anticipation was scarier than the work itself. Yep. She realized that the anticipation was scarier than the work itself. And once I was able to help her break things down into steps, she was able to finish the assignment. My son does the same thing. I often talk about my son because this whole podcast is my love message to him. When he's feeling overwhelmed and he comes to me and says, "Hey, mom, I'm trying to get this and I'm trying to do this assignment and I can't quite get it." We would sit down and we would look at this assignment together and I will talk him through it. And on more than one occasions, he has told me, "Mom, it really helped that we talked through it and we went step by step on what needed to be done." So here's a quick tip for you. Do a brain dump. Remember that list I told you about? I'm coming back to it. Write down everything that is on your plate, every assignment, test, practice, responsibility. Just getting everything out of your head and onto paper, I promise you, reduces that feeling of overwhelm by 50%. I know that is what it does for me. That feeling of being overwhelmed drastically reduces. So try it. When we talk about affirmations, here's where we talk back to that negative voice in your head that says, "You can't handle this." Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Make sure that in your brain, you are telling yourself positive things. You are constantly affirming yourself. And like I do each week, I give you affirmations to practice. Affirmations are like mental push-ups. So let's try these simple ones like these ones. I am capable of finishing one step at a time. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to start. I have handled tough things before, and I'll do this one too. My favorite affirmation is messy action over perfect inactions. Messy actions over perfect inaction. There was a student I worked in, and my student will write down on her sticky note, "I survive group projects. I can survive anything." Honestly, that might be the most powerful affirmation you will ever say. Let's move on to connections. You don't have to do hard things by yourself. Don't try to be a superhero and do everything alone. Your connections matter. It is actually a sign of strength when you ask for help. You're like, "You say what?" I said what I said. Asking for help is a sign of strength because what it means is that you're asking for help when you need it. How do you do that? Text a friend or do a virtual study session with your friends. My son and his friends will get on the phone with each other and work out a problem. They will get on the phone with each other and complete an assignment. If you don't have a circle of friendship that can do this for you, you have friends, but y'all don't study together, it's time for you to vet your friends. Or you can talk to a teacher if you're drowning in assignments. Most teachers, believe it or not, are more understanding than you think. But you have to come to us before the assignment is late. Just let your teacher know, "Miss Smith, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. I have this, I have this, I have this. Would you consider an extension for me? I know that as a teacher, I appreciated my students coming to me and letting me know beforehand that they're dealing with stuff. And yes, I extend grace. Here's the thing about that. Don't abuse their privilege either. Also, joining a study group is great because the study group helps you to spread the workload. And then you don't feel so alone in the process. Once again, you are not weak if you ask for help. If you hear me say nothing else, this episode, you are not weak if you ask for help. You are smart and you are wise for asking for help. So let's make that a habit, asking for help. Talking about empathy, show yourself some kindness. Remember that you're human. You're not a machine. Once again, overwhelm does not mean that you're lazy or you're failing. It means you're learning to balance. It means that your brain is telling you that you need a process. So put a process in place for yourself. When you find yourself saying things like, I'm so behind, I'll never finish, I want you to reframe that through the lens of empathy. And I want you to say instead, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And I'm going to do this one step at a time. And extend that same empathy to others as well. If your friend is snapping at you, maybe they're overwhelmed too. Y'all, school is stressful, and school stress is universal. So show yourself some empathy and extend the same empathy to other people. Let's put all of this into action and let me offer you some practical strategies to help you out. Here are some concrete things that you can do right now when the overwhelm hits you smack dab in the face. 1, the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself you work on one task for just 5 minutes. Because here's the thing, usually when you start, you keep going. Just start. The key is starting. Number 2, break it down. Don't just write finish science project on your list. Write the specific things you want to do to get you to the finish line. For example, find 3 sources. For example, write my intro paragraph. Create the slides for my science project. Be that specific. Because when you create bite-sized goals, it helps you to feel more in control, and then it makes the project feel more manageable. Number 3, set a timer. Try this. 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break, and do this in 4 rounds. And what this does, it allows you to put in some serious focus time. This is called the Pomodoro technique. So 25 minutes work, 5 minutes break. Do 4 rounds of this. Number 4, prioritize. What's due first? What counts for the most points? That's how you start to prioritize. Number 5, take care of your body. Sleep, snacks, and hydration are not optional. Actually, let me say this again. Sleep, snacks, exercise, and hydration are not optional. When your brain is tired, that's like using your phone at 2% battery. It ain't happening. So make sure you're taking care of your body. If you take care of your body will take care of you. So let's wrap this up today. Overwhelm does not control you. Overwhelm should not control you. You control how you respond to it. Remember the GRACE framework: gratitude, reflection, affirmation, connection, as well as empathy. So let's talk about your challenge for this week. Because the next time you feel buried under schoolwork, I want you to pause and do these 3 things. 1, write down 3 things you're grateful for. 2, do a quick brain dump of everything on your plate. And number 3, pick one small action step and start it for 5 minutes. Then I want you to come back and tell me all about it. I want you to direct message me or leave a comment on my podcast page on YouTube or share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And if you've loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps more students like you find me and grow with grace. So, all right, my friends, go handle that schoolwork like the boss that you are. Until next time, remember, you are not just surviving school, you are growing through it with grace. Until I see you again, stay graceful, stay growing, and remember, you got this. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Gracefully Growing. Thank you so much for tuning in and growing with me. Remember, living with grace means showing gratitude, taking the time for reflection, speaking powerful affirmations, building strong connections, and practicing daily empathy with yourself and others. If today's episode gave you something to think about, inspired you, or made you smile, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also download today's free resource in the show notes and join our Gracefully Growing community on social media for more tools, encouragement, and real talk. Until next time, keep showing up for yourself, keep growing, and most of all, keep living with grace. I am Dr. Kemi. See you next week.